that in terms of the way that the press and media are going to be addressing today's events, they're going to be saying that clearly one of the biggest issue facing us today economically is the government deficit. And I'm afraid I don't buy into that. I think for working people, the biggest economic factor facing us today is what's happened to wages as a share of national income over the last 30 years. Last year, the Touchstone Group produced a pamphlet which said, called "Where Have All the Wages Gone?" And that said that data from the Office for National Statistics show that between 1977 and 2008, the wage share of national income fell from 59% to 53%. And at the same time, the share of profits in national income rose from 25% to 29%. And that's before the measures introduced by the austerity programme, which have seen us lose something like, on average in the public sector, 12% in real terms since the introduction of the pay freeze. So if you want to know what the real economic issue facing us today, it's that question of how the economic pie is being divided, and what's happening under the austerity programme is merely an extension of what's been going on for the last 30 years. If you look at what accounts for that increase in the share of profits in the national income, the big contributors to that are, guess what, the financial sector, the banks. So basically, the lesson that we should learn is that over the last 30 years, the bank's financial capital has been making merry whilst our wages have been held down and reduced in real terms. That's been the lesson of the austerity programme. It's reinforced the lesson that we've had over the last 30 years. And I think what we're saying with this dispute today is stop taking the mickey. We've had enough of that. That's got to end. There's got to be a change. We're not going to keep you too long this morning, but we've just got a few people who are involved today just going to say a few words of thank you and hopefully of encouragement. So first of all, we've got Pat O'Connor from Unison. Pat?
Thank you very much for supporting us today. This is going to be one of the biggest strikes. We've got the teachers, we've got the fire brigade, we've got the public sector workers. We've just picketed the buildings, children's services, town hall. We've turned people away and we've got people to join us because they're absolutely sick of not getting a pay rise. Year after year we're fobbed off with 1% whilst everything around us goes up. They cannot keep us on pay that are putting some people below poverty level. You've got people in there claiming benefits who actually work for local government. They're getting that poor a salary. Now, some people have said they can't afford to join us today and lose a day's pay. But we said to them, you can't afford not to join us. We're actually going to reimburse people who'll take action today. This isn't just an action against our pay, it's an action against a government that not only wants to reduce the pay for people who work with the poor, but they want to cut the services for all the poor in this town. And then on top of that, you've got things like the bedroom tax. Can you imagine anything worse than having to pay extra because you've got a box room in your house? They're cheek of them. I don't know how they sleep at night. We've had our pay, we've tried to attack our pensions. I say to the MPs, why don't you stand up and look at your own pay rises? Every single year. And then they have the nerve to tell us that we have to accept below inflation year upon year. Well, this is the 5th year and we're not going to do it. We are going to strike.